Now let us see how different types of values can be assigned to variables. In the first statement, counter equal to 50, an integer value is being assigned to the variable counter. The data type of the variable is not explicitly specified, but based on the value that we are initializing to the variable, the data type of counter will be automatically recognized as integer. That's the beauty of Python here. The second statement, 6 is being assigned to the variable x. Even though 6 is a number, it is given within single quotation. So if anything is given within single quotation or double quotation, it is interpreted as a string. And hence here 6 is not an integer value, it is taken as a character and the data type of x will be now only string. The third statement, a float value 3.14 is being assigned to pi. In this statement, a string India is assigned to the variable country. And again, flag equal to y. Here, y, even though a single character, it is taken as a string and it is assigned to the variable flag. And in this example also, we are having a large value which is assigned to population, which is taken as an integer. And if we want to print these values, so for printing the counter value, we have two possible options. Either we can print like this or we can print it with string operations. Whenever we want to print the value of a variable with some message concatenated, first we can give whatever message that we want to display within double quotation like this. Here count equal to, I need the output as count equal to 50. For that, just type count equal to, close the quotation mark, give a comma. Comma is used to separate the string message with the variable name. Comma followed by variable name whose value needs to be printed. This is one way. If you have so many variables also everything can be just separated like this. And the second way, print of count equal to plus str of counter. Here actually we have the counter variable as integer, but here it is converted into string so that the string concatenation operator plus can be used. If you are directly giving count equal to plus counter, it will not work because plus operator is used to concatenate only two strings. Here count is this count equal to is a string but counter is an integer. So this cannot be given here. If you want to use concatenation operator, the variable counter has to be converted into string. That is what is done here. Next, a float variable is printed like this, a string variable. And in this case, if you want to add 50 plus 6, this can be simply done. Sum equal to, counter is already an integer, so directly it can be used plus. Here plus is an arithmetic operator and not a concatenation operator. Plus int of x. So here x is having the character 6, it will be now converted into an integer variable value 6 and now the 6 will be added with 50 yielding the result as 56. And the population can be directly printed. See how this can be done in a compiler. For example, if we have a variable count equal to 50, so for example, a equal to 10. So we can give like this, and later if you want to print the value of a, it can be directly printed like this. The value of a can be printed like this, print of a, and at the end it will give you the value of 10. When we initialize some variable, it will be stored in the workspace and we can use it at any time. And if we are storing a float value, this can be done like this, b equal to 7.8. And we can reassign the values to the variable with different data types. For example, already I have initialized a with 10. Now if I want to store some other value, a equal to 56.90, this can be overwritten. Now the data type of a is a float and not an integer. Similarly, if I want to store a character, this can be done like this, s equal to, within single quotation character. So any character, I am giving it as G. And print off. If I want to print like this, print off the character is equal to comma G. There is no need of specifying the format like percentage %d percentage %cf. The Python compiler will automatically take care of the data type and there is no need of explicitly specifying it. Now this will be printed as the character is G. And now if, yes, in the fourth print statement, if I want to add two numbers, this can be done like this. For example, A, I already have 10, but now I'm having B equal to, so 12. A is an integer, but B is a string now. I want to add 10 and 12. For this, I cannot directly add these two values. I have to first convert this B into string. For that, it can be done simply within the print statement also. Or you can write a separate statement and then we can store the result in a variable and then it can be printed. Here we are directly printing like this. The sum is equal to comma a simple expression here. So just A is already an integer. So A plus int of B. Now the result is 68.9 because A already has the value 56.9 and B will have the value 12. So 56.9 and 12 are added. A is a float value and B is actually a string value, but now it is converted into integer and the result is being added. So likewise, we can give any variable, we can display any variable, and if I need two variables to be printed in the same statement, it can also be given like this. For example, I need to print the values of A and B in a single statement. Print the value of A is equal to comma, you can specify the variable name, again comma. Now if I want to display and B, the value of A is 56.9 and B is 12. This is the output that I need. Again open the double quotation and B equal to. This is the next string message that I want to display. Again the separator is comma. Now the variable name B can be given. And if it is executed, now I get the output like this. Similarly, any number of variables with messages, with statements can be given in the print. And it also allows for multiple assignment. That means more than one variable can be assigned with a single value. Here in this case, A equal to B equal to C equal to 1. Normally, if I want to assign 1 to all these three variables, three statements are required. But in Python, it supports all these assignments in a single statement like this. Here, all the three variables will be assigned with the value 1. And sometimes if I want to initialize two or more variables with different values, this can also be simply given. A comma B comma C equal to 1 comma 2 comma John. So it can have mixed data types also. That means the value first given will be assigned to the first variable and 2 will be assigned to the second variable and John will be assigned to the third variable. This depends upon the order in which we are giving at the right hand side. It can again have mixed data types. Let us see how this can be done in a compiler. A equal to, B equal to, C equal to 20. Now all the variables are initialized with 20. Print of A comma B comma C. Now we can see all these three variables have the same value. The memory location will be different, but they have the same value 20. And if I want to initialize two variables with different values, x comma y comma, sorry, x comma y comma z equal to, I'm going to initialize x with the number 76, y with the value 4.5, and z with the character or string Python. Now we are initializing the three variables with different types of values. And now if I display print of x comma y comma z, so they will be assigned in the same order in which it is given at the right side of the assignment operator. This is the beauty of Python here. And again, if I want to reassign the values to the already created variables, it will be overwritten, as we have seen already. So x equal to 200, an integer is being displayed here. And in the same program, I can reassign the value of x to 30.5, and again a string variable. So all these variables can be reassigned. And Python ideally remembers variables and their values. That means after some statements are executed, if you try to print the value of variable which is already being created, you can directly use this. For example, the value of A, B, C are already created. So if after executing all these statements, I am trying to recall the value of A, it will print the value which is already stored in the workspace 20. Print of Z, it will print the value Python. And the variables can be deleted from the command prompt itself. And once deleted, its entire memory will be erased and it cannot be taken back. See here, there are two cases of variable using without being declared or after deleting. So in the first statement, salary equal to 5,000, print of salary, okay. But we are trying to print the variable which is not yet initialized, which is not yet allocated memory. So in such case, a name error will be raised. That means the compiler cannot find the variable with the name age. We are trying to use a variable whose memory is not yet allocated and also no value is being initialized. Okay, right. Next, we have some variables already created, but in some statements, we delete that variable, and the statement to delete memory allocated for a variable is this: del followed by a space and then the variable name. And after deletion, if I try to print the value of variable age, again name error will be raised. This is again equal to calling the print function without creating memory for this. So again for this also it will create an error. Let us see how this works. I'm having the memory already allocated for A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Now I'm deleting the memory created for Z, del Z. Now I'm printing the value of Z. So name error will be raised because the compiler cannot find the variable with the name Z. Name Z is not defined. And there are some programming rules to be followed. For example, if I want to assign a string value to a variable, it can be given within single quotation, double quotation, or triple quotation. For the first time, we are seeing single quotation and double quotation. Word equal to word. Even if it is a single character or an entire string, it can be given within single quotation or double quotation. It is accepted. Sometimes if we give triple quotation also, that is accepted. That means 3 times single quotation. We'll be opening the string value, and again if we want to close the string, 3 times single quotation. That is also accepted. But most commonly we will be using single quotation and double quotation for representing a string. And for giving a comment, we have to give the symbol hash. Hash symbol is used to start a comment. This statement will not be executed in the program, but when we read the program, when we see the program, it will be useful for understanding. And multiple statements can be given on a single line, but all the statements should be separated by semicolon. If we have these 3 statements, a equal to 9, b equal to 5, print of a comma b. Actually, these are 3 statements. It should be given in 3 separate statements, but we are giving all these statements in a single line. For example, again in the second case, s equal to Shri. Next, printing the value of s. It will print. But if we omit this, if we are not giving the semicolon, it will not terminate the particular statement, and this will give you an invalid syntax. Let us see how it works in a Python compiler. A equal to 10, semicolon. B equal to 20, semicolon. Print of A plus B. Now 3 statements are given in a single line. This will work fine. But if we miss, this will not work. For example, if you are missing this, it will give you invalid syntax, because semicolon is the operator which separates the statements.